Networking and marketing made simple is for you, the business owner that has a product, service, or message that you truly believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind the scenes look at real world networking and marketing tactics while leveraging LinkedIn to get what you have in front of many more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to another dual episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple and the Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. This is Scott.
And Nancy.
And we have another fun episode to dive into today. But before we do that, we announced this last week. Just remember, we are doing our simple content creation workshop. So one of the biggest, I would say, kinks in people's sides and hoses and the blockages they have in their business is not knowing what to create, when to create it, how to create it, and how to schedule it. So in our simple content creation workshop, we're going to teach you our systematic and simple flow of how to create great content for your target audience that is obviously going to make you more visible, more present, and is also going to lead to growth in your business. So if you open this in an email or you're listening to this, go to the description of this episode, grab the link. It's completely free. Share it with friends, and we'd love to see you there. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to grow and scale your business in the next 12 to 24 months. Now, these are proven things. The 3 things that we're going to share with you today, if you take our advice and you actually make time to do them, you will see growth in your business over the next 12 to 24 months. And people say, well, that's 1 to 2 years. You will be surprised at how quick 1 to 2 years actually goes. So let's dig right in. Number 1 is optimizing your sales funnel. Nance?
Yes. Yeah. So the reason why this is this is so important, obviously, for us to share this with you guys, because I feel like so many people who are in coaching, consulting, work with people one-on-one, they don't really talk a lot about their sales funnels, right? People don't really hear about it, but there are things, right? Pieces of the puzzle that need to be in place in order for you to be more effective, right? To really generate more business and also to scale, right? Because the thing is if you don't have the framework on the back end, all the different ways to actually grow your email list and do all the things, all these other efforts are going to be kind of like a flash in the pan, right? They're going to be very like short-winded, and it's going to be like, great, I got a lead. And then the lead goes away. And then you get another lead and then it goes away. So we want to actually set you up for success for creating long-term growth. So whenever I say sales funnel, again, I'm going to break it down into the most simple and easy way. Donald Miller, in fact, in the book Marketing Made Simple, even in my book, How to Build Your Personal Brand on Social Media, I talk about the couple marketing assets that you need for a funnel. So number 1 is having a website, right? So if you do not currently have a website for what it is that you do, let's go and do that, right? Let's actually put a deadline, write down somewhere that you're going to have your website built, within X days. You need a place to send people, right? A place where people can, if they are searching for what you have, they can go there and they can learn more about your services. This is also a place where, guys, you can add an FAQ section, you can add videos, you can help them make a better buying decision before they even talk to you. So having a website is so incredibly important. And Scott knows, right? I get very scrappy with things. There are free ways, so many free ways that you can use to create a website and build out your website. So we're not going to go too in depth with that today, but I promise you there's options. The next marketing asset, do you want to go over the lead magnet?
Yeah, in regards to having your website, you need a way to capture the people that visit your website. So you don't want to just drive traffic to your website. You have to capture those people that are actually visiting. So just to use my website as an example, if anyone goes to scottaaron.net, there'll be an immediate pop-up because most people go to my website to learn about LinkedIn. It says, enter your name and email and download my 6 steps to optimizing your LinkedIn profile infographic. So you want to have something of free value to offer the people visiting your website in exchange for their email address, because, people say this all the time. Social media is rented land, meaning it's okay to leverage them. It's okay to use them for visibility and business growth, but you don't own your Facebook account. You don't own your LinkedIn account, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. They can be pulled out from underneath you at any given time. So it is really important to make sure that everything that you're doing on social media is driving traffic to a personal website that is then getting people to opt in for whatever it is that you're offering, whether it's a checklist, some sort of lead magnet. It could be a simple optimization tool. And exchange, they're giving you their name and email, which is getting on your email capture list, and then you can start nurturing them offline.
Absolutely. And there's so many different ways to collect emails, but at least creating at least three, right? We say that's the rule of thumb, three lead magnets. You can also call them opt-in for, I mean, literally, there's so many names, freebies, whatever you want to call it. But at least have a few that you test, see what works best with your audience. And there's obviously lots of different milestones and things like that. We're not going to dive deeper today. The next part of, marketing asset that you want to have for your sales funnel is an email sequence, right? And it's a sequence of emails that's set up so that whenever people download your freebie or give you their email, I'm sure you guys have seen it, right? Download this free checklist. And then someone goes ahead, they give you their name, their email, and then from there, you give them more value. Okay. So a lot of times people go, well, what are the emails? What do they say? Well, that first email should say, here's your free thing. Thanks so much. If you're interested in learning more, give them the next steps, right? Make it very easy. The next email, obviously, and sequentially after that, you want to continue to pour value. You want to be a resource for people, and you obviously want to share the different ways to work with you. So that's the first tip, right? When we're talking about things you can do to grow and scale. If you do not have those marketing assets in place, if you do not have a sales funnel, we highly recommend. And again, these things can be built out very affordably, even free in some cases. So please, please, please make sure that you look into setting up, right, those foundational things in your business. Scott, do you want to share number two?
Yeah, the second thing is to make sure that you block out time to really work on your sales process, and including your lead gen time. So the simplest thing to say here is that if you're not generating leads, you're not generating sales, which means you're not growing your business. So something that I often talk about is something called the 20-minute LinkedIn routine. And this is something I teach to companies, corporations, individuals, our mastermind. And it's a very simplistic 20-minute a day routine on LinkedIn that is meant to generate leads and generate sales for your business. But if you're not blocking out that time, it's never going to get done. And as the saying goes, if it's not written down, it's not going to get done. And that is the case. So that's why we always make the suggestion, blocking out some sort of 20-minute a day increment in your calendar, because if it's not blocked out, other people will take the time that you have. So really make the time to, build your network, whether it's on, LinkedIn or another social media platform. So that 20-minute a day methodology can be applied to any social media platform. So you should be looking to grow your network. You should be looking to reach out to people in a genuine way, to, book some calls, to get to know one another, to see what offerings you have, see how you can support each other. And again, the more business connections that you make, the more business allies that you have, the more power partners you have, the more opportunities to create sales in your business will obviously come your way. So if you're not blocking out the necessary time to generate leads, you're not blocking out time to grow your business.
Absolutely. And I mean, honestly, I think this one is so incredibly key for every single business. You should be doing this should be the priority, right? Especially as you're building and growing your business, you've got to put that routine in place. So if you're already, blocking out at least an hour, I would even say look to see if you can continue to kind of boost that up, to obviously generate some more sales. Now, the third way that you can obviously grow your business and you can really, blow things, blow the doors off, for the next 12 to 24 months would be to make investments in your business to grow. Okay. And what we mean by that is take a look at where your biggest gaps, your biggest bottlenecks, the biggest pain points that you have, and write down. I said this, I was joking. I was like, it goes with even dating, right? Like if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know what you want,
I'm not going to find it.
you're not going to find it, or you're going to make some, mistakes, or, things are going to not work out the way maybe you want. But if you actually take the time to write down and know what it is that you want, it can be so much more helpful and really helping you find the solutions, the programs, the services to get you there quicker, right? It's so important to make investments in your business to solve something, right? Maybe that is a pain point. Maybe it's causing you to not be as consistent, in a certain area as you know that you could be. An example of this would be, scheduling out your social media content. So if you find yourself, right, that one of your, lead generating activities, right, your inbound marketing activities is to create content and get content out there to people. Well, you got to make sure that you're getting content out to people and you got to make sure that you're being consistent with it. So if that's a big pain point and you identify that and you write it down, right? I always say just keep it simple, right? Brainstorm all these things that you're encountering. Well, if that's a pain point and a problem, find a solution that's going to work for you, that's affordable, that makes sense for your business, and make that investment. Okay. In fact, I was reading a business book. I kind of laughed, years ago with Scott. We actually have a scheduling platform called BYOB Social. We're getting ready to open the doors again, actually. And one of the things in the business book, it was non-negotiables, things you absolutely must have in your business. Meaning, hey, you started a business, congratulations, go get this. And one was a social media scheduling tool, right? Because if you're expected to fly by the seat of your pants and just post content every day, or even maybe pre-scheduling on that platform and then having to jump to another one and then pre-schedule on their platform, it gets messy real quick and we become very inconsistent. So again, something as simple as scheduling your social media and posting online, right? There are solutions, right? So that's the big number 3 tip is make the investments with things that are obviously going to help streamline and make that a lot
Yeah,
easier.
inconsistencies is probably one of the biggest things that stop people from growing the business that they want. And to Nancy's point, if you're inconsistent with creating content on social media, it's because you're not blocking out the time to do it. And making a very small investment, like in the posting platform that we have for people to use.
BYB social.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's there are so many amazing features. Obviously, we do a co-working call once a month with the members. It's a community, but just imagine having all of your content pre-scheduled for the next 30 days in advance where you don't have to worry about being on social media all the time. And that's the thing. If you've done your due diligence as a business owner, where you've actually pre-planned out your year, what you're going to be talking about, the themes of the month, the things that you're leading people into, now a content scheduler becomes a breeze. So many people literally fly by the seat of their pants. They get in overwhelmed, they overthink things, and guess what happens? They don't post anything. So and I said this to Nancy, she's like, why isn't my agency growing? I'm like, well, are you talking about it? Are you posting about it? So if you're not posting about what it is that you actually do and how you help people, no one is going to know how you actually help people. So as we talked about earlier in the episode, if you would like to learn our simple content creation workflow, the simplicity of it, and how you can really get involved with us as far as how you can be more consistent showing up on social media in this workshop, we invite you to do it. It's completely free. Just go to the show notes, the description of this episode, or the email that you found. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for checking out today's episode. If you could, please support this podcast by hopping over to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or any place that you're listening to this. Leave us a rating and review. Let us know what you loved most and what you would like to hear more of. But also, if you would like to learn how to take your business to the next level, whether it's using LinkedIn or working directly with myself and Nancy in our intimate group coaching programs, you can head over to www.thetimetogrow.com or scottaaron.net to learn more. Thank you again for your support, love, and gratitude, and I'll talk to you soon.